amazing. So just gonna double check stream is up and running. It seems pretty good. So GA pulling back as expected as well. I was just looking at it a bit closer. After that 1 hour candle, it was a bit of the clue, but I was looking to hold that on longer than it was. Let's have a little look. There was a few other trades as well. If I kind of just go on here, you can kind of see what we were looking at. I think GU was the one that we spoke about. The buy for GU. It's definitely an interesting play. Let me just double check the stream's up and running well. Yeah, sweet. It's all good. Tooth gone, nah, I got all my teeth, man. I just went for a cleaning. So it was just one of them ones where it took a bit longer because my wife came as well, so she was getting her teeth done. And yeah, I saw wheat though when I was gone. I was looking at wheat, and wheat looks like it played nice. Let's have a look how wheat is moving. Where is wheat? Why is it disappeared? There we go. Look at wheat. I was just looking at on the 4 hour play, but we were looking at it here. Would have put stop loss above. You're running a bit of profit on it. Looks decent. Borderline one of those ones where it could have been an unnecessary loss as well. So wasn't too interested in that particular trade. So just quickly double checking something. Nice. Cool. USD CAD, yeah. USD Swiss as well. Let me see USD CAD. USD Swiss. So arguably you did have a bit of a trade in there as well. USD CAD. I was looking for a bit more in USD CAD, to be honest. I wanted to see USD CAD come up here. We did say that as well. I don't know if you remember. We were looking at this, kind of this whole area here, and we were like, well, we might not even come to that area and sell off. So then we're seeing it on the 4, and then I was like, okay, well, indecision in this area, very interesting. 1 hour retracement there. If we sell your entry, you had a lot of time, to be fair. You could have taken it here, which would have been prime time as well. And if a 15-minute, yeah, you basically got the trade there, and then that would have been your clue. So I think maybe a bit of a lesson there as well is how you draw on this ray line. And yeah, just kind of take it like that. You could have gone 8 pips. Woodline as well. Draw it on there, yeah, you're looking at that as the structure. And then you play that to go manage it to break even. Here, you probably maybe would have even taken a break even. I mean, it's an arguable trade. That's the trade that you would have taken. If you were looking at the next one, this one here, I think that was just too, it was too far in it. It was a difficult one to catch, but you would have also had that as a backing up towards kind of sitting on the area. So yeah, it's kind of okay. It's okay. I think this was the best trade, really and truly, for this particular play. So I did like that. A little bit. There's not really much, to be honest. Like GA was the only one I was interested in. Now that it's kind of coming back to tagging for a break even, if it does, then yeah, which is looking likely because look how it's pulling back. It doesn't look like it's creating continuation anymore. So yeah, I could take a small profit on it, or I could just leave it, and I will probably just leave it because that small profit is nothing to me right now. I'm happy to kind of just let it do its thing, see how it develops into Asian session swaps, and then make a decision there. I think EA was a clue as well. EA failing to commit. So with that in play, so let's see what else are we looking at here. Took EU first, would you? Wow, nice. I saw EU, man. Good, that one out first. reduce risk entry still for a minute. I think you took this one. Yeah, this one was good. This was good. I kind of saw it, but I don't have my accounts logged in on my phone, so yeah, you could have even taken it there. I mean, I kind of like the risk entry on this. I would have happily taken it somewhere around here. Wow, 8 pips. I could get away with 7 pips on this, to be fair. I would have done 7 pips and that would have been my trade. I'll be in. Again, you see what I mean? Like, GA is nothing compared to some of these trades. GA is just one trade, so I'm not too bothered. And the reason why I like that as well is trading into that point there, you're already running like 2.5%. And then over here, yeah, decent. And then that's on the outside, so that was quite a nice little thing. So I really did like that. Thank you. So that was really good. Now let's have a little look. What else we have? Aussie 200. It didn't quite tap into the area I wanted to, so not bothered with that one right now. Wheat though, let's just delete it because it's dwelling. But yeah, with the size of the spreads and the swaps, man, it was just not worth it. I just wasn't. Let's have a look. S&P, maybe gold, silver. Let's have a look. Oh, no, I'm still waiting for gold to kind of tap into that area there before we go short. Waiting for that. I'll go. Let me run through. You can do it side by side with your chart. So I'm going to start with DXY. DXY looks like it's going to sell. Really and truly, DXY is ready for the sell. So waiting for continuation to sell. That looks good. It's not my time of day to take a trade, so if that shapes up and goes, it goes. Aussie CAD not interested. It's correction into a correction. It could just correct again, come to the downside. So shorts wise, it's potential, but where from, it's a bit difficult. You could take it on hourly, still not my preferred trade. Aussie Swiss selling off. Do you think the long continuation flag on gold? Yeah, I think that's a trade, but where it came from is just so filled with momentum. I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of just sells off a bit and comes back up and then does something like that. You get a trade. That would be a much better trade because it's a lot more weighted in terms of the move, so it gives it enough more volume. I just don't know if there's enough volume here for this to just come off something so small like that and just continue like this. I don't really see that being the one, but if money's leaving the DXY, money's coming into gold, so that could still move and then create something up here. Yeah, exactly. PSE. It's one of them ones. But don't get me wrong, like we've seen it time and time again. You know, you could argue the same stuff in some of these areas and it just goes. It's just, this was just full price action pushing to the upside. There wasn't really much tight corrections, like tight correction, pull down, taps into liquidity, boom. Here we're getting more of a structure, which is nicer because we haven't had many of these. But because of where it's positioned, it's like, it's not the best, but you can still try something like that. You can take it with low risk tester, like you can take it with 0.1 or something, just to test it. Silver. If silver comes back into these areas, you know, you're good for even a risk entry there, insurance entry there, and play the long. If it starts developing, you can get a larger 3-touch here. Okay, so oil didn't play, oil pushed higher. Did I get tagged out GA? No, still going. S&P could sell off. S&P 500 could in fact sell off because we tapped into this. We're creating continuation here. Ooh, I do like this S&P 500 forecast. I like it a lot. I wasn't sharp enough, but let's trade here. Again, I'm not taking any trades because I'm not really in the best flow. But we can shadow that. The audio isn't loud. I think maybe I'm not talking very loud. I'm feeling a bit low and a bit tired, so my voice is a bit low, but this should be better because I put the mic closer to me. Yeah, so this trade, different time of day, I would have taken this. Just my forecast, yeah, man. This is good. This is nice, man. Look how it's like failed, retested with a V shape, came down, clear continuation. It's there. It's just S&P. S&P's a recovering pair, but we're early in the week, man. This can still sell off a bit before it comes back up. It could be a big sell-off as well. We don't know. So I think for that fact of the matter is, I like that a lot. I do like this more than wheat, arguably. Trade from there. It's a 15-minute trade for me. Right there. I'd wait and see how that one plays, but that's a delicious trade. Ooh. I like that a lot. I wish I was in S&P rather than GA now, because I feel like S&P's just got legs. Would I reduce risk entry this trade? Yeah. But I understand the reduced risk could be easily a tag out, where if this commits down, or you know what, let me just spend a bit more time on this. Yeah, now I'm more protected on that as well. I don't think that's the one. I think we've done enough. Yeah, that's solid. Should I take S&P? It's not my time of day to trade. What is it now? It's okay. No, it's good. It's a good time of day. I arguably, yeah, there is a trade that I'm gonna wait. This one I should just close it off at. It's done. This, you know, the problem with this trade is it's good. It's a bit more risky because of how it got there. Daily candle was very aggressive, but odds are we'll probably retrace some of that. So AFT wise, this is probably gonna be a 10 out of 10 trade, man. Let me just pull up my tablet, quickly do a quick proper thorough analysis on this one, because I'm feeling this trade a lot. Would I swap out GU for this? I think so. Shit. It's a tricky one. Put me in a... Just need to think a little bit about it because it's. What do you guys think? So why I would have taken USD CAD and IG 5 pips to the hook point there. Eh, let me see S&P 500. Just as a tester trade, it's a good trade. Mm. All right, sweet. I like it a lot. So let's wait and see how this candle closes. Where are we on the 4 hour? Let's have a look. The 4 hour has kind of created a bit of a base here as well. So yeah. Mm, let's wait and see. GA is turning around here. It's good as well. Um, S&P same as US 500. Yeah, yeah. It's the exact same thing. It comes up as US 500. I think again, it's probably gonna wash out here. Yeah, it's not. It's washing out right now. So the largest stop. Come back in here. Just gotta wait right now for it to come back. Let me just see where I'm gonna. If I get involved around about here, stop loss above. What am I working with? Okay. Okay. Alright, nice. And then 5 minute. Kind of like that too. Yeah, that's good for me. And I'll take that with about 40. See what 40 lots is now. 55 lots, 50 lots, give or take. If it does give us the trade, that's the real case. If it does, it may or may not. Let's wait and see. The trade is basically the retrace from here. USD You know what? With USD can be a tricky one because of spreads. It's an exotic pair. So swaps, you'd want to get in and out maybe. You want to monitor it. You want to see what the average swaps are. Spreads during swaps. Hourly candle is closing now. It's closing like this. That's not the sign that you want to be looking for continuation, I suppose. This low here is nothing, to be fair. But that's looking okay. That looks okay. It's borderline. What is that? 50%. Let's measure that up. Yeah. Still in a good area. On the 4 hour, pulling back there. Alright, one sec. Let's get this trade in now. See, where are we? So here we have 5 minutes. Movement stops. What's GA looking like on the hourly? Oh, not gonna lie, that's very ugly on GA. But it is GA. Now we just wait and see how this plays. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a trade here. If it doesn't commit, got about 3 minutes. Wait, what? I see gold buy opportunity. Yeah, we discussed this. It's in an area here. If it pushes up, you get a small little flag there as well. The riskier place because of the size using PSE. But yeah, arguably, come on, there definitely is something. I just couldn't tell you if it's the one. I want to see GA turn around, really turn around, but it's not coming through with what I want. I don't see much reason for this to be stalling. It's either going or. 4 hour after swaps, yeah? NJ, yeah, possible. I don't like it though as much, but got a gap up here. Arguably took out this low, came down 90%. Not really. Selling off. Yeah, you could take 4 hour sell, or I don't know, it's a trickier one because you're in the middle of the range. You've got to just trust your gut sometimes with some of these trades. EA. EA's completed on this, and now it's given a 1 hour pin bar in it, but it's not in the best area. It's kind of just there, so it's tricky. Let's wait and see. Running about 1%. What could I be running? Okay, that's running pretty aggressive now. I can remove this. You'll understand why I took it there, right? Okay, I'm gonna lock in a little bit of profit there. We're gonna break that low. So I have locked in profit borderline halfway through the structure, around about here. So I've been aggressive. I don't care because I don't know if this is going to be the one to go or it just retraces. It comes back up. Sorry, it is the S&P 500 after all. I've got GA in the background as well. Wasn't even looking to take a trade, but you know what? This was just golden. This was straight up golden for me. So I was more than happy to take it. I think a break even on this would be sensible as well. Just to kind of be a bit more loose, but yeah. I'll just let that play, see what happens. If it goes, it goes. If it pulls me out, well, I think GA is dropping as well now. Yeah, just watching this back. Okay, cool. I'm gonna argue that's taken. Yeah, that was just a 1% trade, borderline. I think I got it a bit higher up. That was there. Alright, I'll journal that after, but could have left it at break even and survived that. To be fair, the trade's still here. You know, if you want to take the trade, that is the trade. It's still a good trade. I just don't know. I was a bit aggressive with it. Just a bit aggressive. GA's there as well. It's a bit too aggressive. We're looking at 1 hour. Still in this area. It's good. 4 hour. Yeah, man, this looks brilliant, man. I think it's hovering around because it wants me to get entered again. I'm not re-entering this. It's already tapped into the low and it's not responding just yet, so I'll give it a second. 15-minute. It's a beautiful trade, man. It's a really beautiful trade. I've got GA running in the background. I'm still happy with GA, so I'm not bothered, but damn. S&P, man, comes through with the goods. Euro USD insurance entry for the buy. Let's have a little look. EU. Same situation as gold, as we said, it's right there right now. Like it could be developing something over Asian session into London. So I don't want to be jumping into something so small, but yeah, there could be a trade, man, because the DXY is showing signs of selling off. So you take it more as a momentum play and then take it accordingly. So if you did get some sort of good candle formation there, I wouldn't be for it. I wouldn't personally be for it, but look at the DXY. DXY selling off. If the DXY continues to just rapidly move, you'll get price action like that, but so far we haven't seen much price action like that. So I think personally waiting for something to develop a little bit further might be your better bet. But in line with this, if you retrace back in here, you have got your little flag just below all of that break. So yeah, there is a trade there. Shiz. Anyone else take S&P? Curious. Let me see if I close. I'm feeling the S&P a lot. Just gonna let it go, man. It wasn't. I didn't really have it on forecast and stuff, so the 1% is good with me. I'm gonna let that be. Just my GJ and ET. Shadow this one though. It's a top quality trade, man. Really, just top quality. Or one which will go and people will look at it and be like, "Wow, did you see that trade?" If you even did take it here, stops even there remotely. Running the trade down here, 4, 5, 6%, even to this point here, about 5%, with the reduced risk in place, with the risk entry, yeah, running around about 8%. Oh, it's okay, man. Again, it's not the best trade in the world. GA was nice. GA was really good as a trade. I'm going to close GA actually. But it's not committing by now, New York session, prime time, and so forth. I don't know what it's doing, so I'm gonna move over to my GA trade and take that close. Yep, so I just closed it over here. Yeah, It's the time of day, man. It's what, UK time. It's roughly around about 3 o'clock. You know, it had more than enough opportunity to sell off. It's just bouncing around over here now. Other trades are shaping up. I'm not going to be tied in and groped into this. I mean, don't get me wrong, this could sell off, but I've given it more than enough time to sell off and it didn't give me the opportunity, so I'm going to move on and do something else. Let me just journal those trades quickly. So, technically, I'm only up 1% today. Oh no, yeah, I'm 1% because the S&P one was a shadow trade on my account. Oh gosh, I didn't use the right account, did I? That's okay, doesn't matter. But yeah, still got the GA one, which is solid. Let me just put that in here. Give me a second. So, if you want to see how I journal, I might as well just share it now, my screen, so you can see it in here as well. So I will fill Notion trade to it. Cool. And then I'll add it in here. So I have my GA1, which was a win, but it was a win for a, let me put the exact amount, 1 point. Oh gosh, what is that? Trying to do the maths on this. 70,000 times 10,000 times 0. It was a 1.7% profit. Oh, okay. So it was a bit more than I anticipated. But I'm just going to put 1 because, in fact, I made up my own percentage. Even though I'm trading with a certain amount, I'm treating it like I'm trading with a lot more. So in terms of risk reward, it is actually a 1-to-1 that I just made, not a. It's 1.7 on the account value actually, but it's 1-to-1, which is a little bit confusing. But it's just easier for me to do the maths because I'm not so quick with not rounded up numbers. So that's that, and then let me take the screenshot and put it in there. And then that's it, done. You see my journal, it's simple. I've only got 2 trade setups and then invalids, but I don't have any invalids, which is great. Wins, win, loss, break even. And then this, I'm gonna put the S&P one in there as well. S&P 500 is a trade setup one for me. It was a win at 1%, and it was shadow. And then I also had the same one, which I'll just duplicate this. And it was a loss. Let's say 1% as well. And I'll just put the 2 trades in there as well. But like I said, there's a lovely trade there. If any of you caught it, well done. It's just, I had GA open, I just didn't want to take another trade, and I didn't forecast it, so it didn't feel right. There was this trade here, which arguably I cropped here, and I didn't. I took it early. I took it over here on the retrace right there. 6 pips was right above, and it took me out right there because I was just so aggressive with it. That was my problem. I didn't want to hold on to that. Let me just save that screenshot, and I'll put it in here. Hey bro, do you go live every day? Yeah, I'll go live every day. I tried to, mostly because a lot of people message me asking me to go live or has a lot of questions. So when they see me posting my Instagram posts, they usually ask me, oh, why did you take that trade, or this and that. So at the end of the day, the thought process is all in the video with explanations. I'm gonna look at your GJ and EU trade as well in a second. So yeah, took that for a profit. What else? DXY, good signs, you see, something like that. Now you look at EU. I don't blame you. I don't blame you on this trade. I think you're playing it for what it is. I see you decided not to take gold. Good call. Maybe. I mean, gold is not correlating as well as EU, so you know if the DXY is going to sell from here, EU is probably going with it. So yeah, I see that. It's a riskier play, but it's there. EU, and then GJ. I don't have GJ, so I'm going to check it here. But I know last time I saw it was nice. So we had GJ on the sell down here on the 4 hour, on the buy, sorry. We were talking about this earlier today. We said this entry right here. So I know a couple guys from the afternoon, they caught this one. I didn't catch it personally because I didn't have it on watch, but there was that trade there. Most likely at this point here, you've come back in, retest that. It's kind of squeezed irregularly. You're probably at break even on this trade. Oh, I'm not a big fan of this trade, man. If you're trying to take this out. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Bollocks, one sec. There we go. So GJ, this one here. So the EU one, DXY I was talking about. So we had the DXY turnaround here. You look at it on the 5. That looks quite good on the 5. We're a momentum play sort of trade. Time of day, not the best time of day, but you know, if it sells, it sells. There's a structure there. It's just as I said, you're on the bottom of that big candle. How much bigger is this candle going to get? And the bigger it gets, the likelihood it's probably going to retrace back on you. So that's the conscious thing you have to keep in mind. Same applies with EU, but EU, even though we had like some sort of indecision here, like we said, this candle, this is the same thing you're playing right now. So odds are you could probably get in there and you can be aggressive. You could be aggressive with this if you want to, so you can just make sure you don't get tagged out. For me, I like this trade the most. This is way better than every other trade I've seen today. I'll be in and out of that 10% today. By tomorrow. Gaps as well. Imagine. Huge gap. And then the market just crashes. And it goes down to like 30%. And we're all sitting here scaled up to 6 figures. Let's see, what's that? 1, 2, 3 on DXY, yeah, exactly. In Euro USD insurance entry for buy. That's not a good sign, that 15-minute, but it's not closed yet, so it doesn't really matter. This is S&P, isn't it? Like S&P break the low, comes back. You'd just be at break even if you wanted to. You'd leave it at break even. That's truly the best option you have. GA, I'm happy I got out of that because it's looking messy. Let's see what else I had. We've got Aussie 200, Aussie 200. Still left the gap down here. So there's no trade. Happy with that one, walked away with 3%. Now my account is at, it's over 1%. Well, right, because I'm trading with 0.25% risk, fixed risk. So I need to get 7%, and I've got one of those. No, I've got more than one. So I've got, let's see, so if I do 7,000, I've got 7% off. Wait, what? Maybe. I don't even know actually. Don't even know how to calculate it. How crazy is that? I'll reach 7 figures and I don't know certain levels of how to do certain calculations in maths. How funny is that? Let me just ask ChatGPT. I think everyone does that now, right? Stay logged out. Oh my god. Okay, so if I have 70,000 account and 1,000. Alright, so just to make sure I got the exact figure, 1.43% of my account value. That's how much I've currently made this week. Obviously, I'm trading a new account. I've got a different account that I'm trading now. I'm just acquiring more capital. I'm trying to get through this one, but yeah, 1.43%. That's really nice. Yeah, really, that's very nice. 1.43. Let's go through some of these charts. EA pushing up higher. Ooh, USD Swiss. And we were saying this all day today and yesterday. USD CAD for the short. Lovely, lovely. Man, that little tight consolidation doesn't do enough for me. I'm not feeling it enough. I would like to see this maybe do something like that, come down, and then does that. I could take that. I could fully take that trade and play that short and just manage it at least into that low. So I'm happy with that. S&P, who said what? Put it back. Okay. Makes me happy that I'm not in that trade now. I mean, I don't know about you guys, when you see a trade and you're like, oh, I missed it, and then it starts not playing out, and then you're kind of like a little bit relieved for the right reasons. NJ. I'm not ready for NJ, man. This evening, though, Aussie session. If you're there for Aussie session, there might be some trades on yen pairs. I think I'm gonna wait for London, New York. Definitely waiting for London, New York. CAD, the yen looks a lot nicer, and it looked like it tapped in here. I think I saw this when I was away and there was a gap, but it doesn't even look like there's a gap. There's a trade right here. Not a big fan. Well, I'd be borderline running to something, yeah, break even on that. Who knows? I think that comes back down. That comes back down here, breaks the low, comes back up, and then goes Aussie session, AU, EU. Oh, nice, man. Your EU trade is doing well. Well done. Very well done. You can see it here as well. Good trade. Very good trade. S&P 500. Same situation. Could still play, man. There's room there. GA. Like I said, I'm happy with that. I'm done. Moved on. GA. I was about to delete off my watch list. And I'm just not a fan of GA, man. So, walking away with something on it makes me happy, but at the same time, I'm not disappointed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I kind of would have walked away with it around about 3%, but I didn't even see it when it tapped in there. It just went there, and then by the time it came back, it was basically around about here. I was like, okay, borderline 2%. The 1 hour candle looks dead, but at the same time, we'll have to wait and see how it forms, because it could just hover around and drop. Come on, after all those candles, it still didn't sell, so there's really no, but after New York session and London session, there just wasn't enough pressure. That was just news, and then it tapped into the base, and now it looks like this might be a base for something else. Don't know what it's going to be a base for, but if it does something like this, and then sells, and then it's just a part of some just correction, and it's GA, so I'm happy to just not have to be stuck in something like that. USD Swiss though, what an underrated pair, man. Beautiful how we anticipated that as well. I'm really, really proud of myself for analysing it. Just wasn't able to catch a trade in line with my plan. USD CAD, still waiting, and I think this is the clue. If I'm waiting for that to develop, I'm basically waiting for it to develop over New York session. Coming in tomorrow, Asian session, there might be a sell-off Asian session. Who knows? If this consolidates continues, Asian session's the perfect time after swaps. It just sells off overnight. You wake up in the morning, London session, and you're just looking at it like, wow, huge sell-off overnight. Look what's happened, situation. So that could be the situation with a lot of these pairs. That's good for you though, Zeph, if you're in EU and EU starts to commit, and let's say we start coming into like here, and it swaps, right? You might potentially just keep seeing it go, and then you see those other pairs move. But if you see this kind of do this, then I would wait till after swaps. I'll wait and then let it do its thing, and then eventually after swaps it goes like around about there. And then if you look at it here, yeah, that could be a play, man. Yeah, man, I'm exhausted. I'll be honest with you, I'm quite exhausted right now. Like S&P 500, I don't even think I have the patience to manage it, even if I was in it right now. So I'm happy I'm not. DXY, it's possible I would be aggressive with my stops now. If you haven't already, I'll move to break even personally, because you just don't know, man. That develops or comes back up or retraces. You don't want to be stuck down here and then suddenly prices up here, correcting over Asian and New York, and then London session continues and you've got continuation there, and then you were trying to get short there. So for that reason, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, because you might see a strong push up. I wouldn't be in fear of a strong push up, but you might see it. Gold, maybe a 4-hour play. Remember, the 4-hour closes that swaps anyway, but yeah, I see that. Gold could sell off, to be fair. Gold could sell off. Gold could really sell off. Yeah, man. Don't want to overthink it. I think today's definitely done. No more trades, nothing really of major interest. Oh, look at wheat, man. Would have been tagged out. Would have got tagged out easily on that. With the spreads. Lucky, I didn't even want to shadow trade it. That's how much I decided I didn't want to take it. I don't think there's any trade in here anymore. I'm happy to write it off and call it done. This was interesting though. This trade here. I don't know what the spreads are like, but sell off, flag, go, beautiful. Let's have a look on the currency pairs and just skim through them for tomorrow. Daily. Yep. Oh shit. What is this? Oh, it's DXY. So what is this pair? It looks amazing. It's DXY. Alright, anyway, we made something today, man. We made 1% today. So, or more than 1%, 1.4%. Should be very happy. So yes, it's been a good day. It's been a very good day. We're still climbing, you know, technically. 4% up on my account. So 4% up for the month, sorry. For the week. Not for the month, for the month. Oh wow. We're up a lot more. We're up 25.3%. Oh no, we're not. We're not, because we didn't take the S&P. Hold on. We are 23.3% up for the month. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Why did I mark? Oh yeah. This was a live trade, but I put shadow. I put it on different. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so wow, we're up 23.3% for the month, guys. That's a beautiful, beautiful month. And this week's up 4%. Brother, with different accounts, do you journal each separately, or how do you? Okay, so you could do it this way. Let me share my screen with you. You could do it this way. You can actually add a little tab in here, add a property, and then you could put, for example, multi to select, and then in the multi select tool, let's say you want to add an option and you can put FFX 60k, right? FTMO 200k, and then let's say you've got a alpha 200k, right? If I take the trade here, like let's just say the GA one I took today, let's say I took on FTMO and I took on that, I could just do that, and then it just shows me on there, and then I can do the maths later separately, and I can be like, okay, well, you know, and then I want to filter it, and I want to filter by multi-select here, because I'll name that. But I only want to see the ones I took on FTMO. Okay, fine, I can see them all now, and then I can separate them like that. So you can just create a little multi-select tool, and that would basically do the quick maths for you. But for me, I just put it all in one, because to me, I'm not bothered about journaling to the T of being like, oh yeah, I made 8% on this account, 4% on this account, 6%, because I see everything in 1%. If I trade with 0.25, that's still 1%, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio. If I trade with you know, a 400k account and I trade with 0.1% risk, because my golden number is a lot more easier to achieve, I would do the same thing. I would also apply the methodology. Wow, I'm black. I've just seen my video. What is going on? Yeah, so my yeah, I would basically just apply that methodology and just keep everything 1%. So at the end of the month, I can be like, you know, everything is based on 1%. So I've got 23.6%. If I took a trade at 0.1% risk, I add that into to the account for at the end of the month, I still made that amount of percentage. I won't be like, oh, okay, this one was 0.25, so that accounted to 1.4%. This one was 0.1, so that accounted to 0. So then my overall takeaway would be a certain percent. Like I can't be bothered to do all of that. Like I see it as, and usually I stick with the same risk, so it's 0.25%. So if I make 30% in a month, then in truth, you know, you can divide that by 4, and then that, so 30 divided by 4 is 7.5. I made 7.5 the true value of my account in that month, but I made 30%, meaning like, you know, add up all the trades together, it was 30%. And that's how it is. So I guess, you know, when some people do ask me like, you made 30-40% this month, I'm like, yeah, but you know, I'm not going to be bothered to explain to them why it's 30-40%. It is 30-40%. It's just with different levels of risk, because sometimes before, not now, before I would play with risk a bit. Sometimes I would go with like 0.2%, 0.3%, 0.5. Sometimes I go with 1%. Sometimes, like, there's a time and place for everything. But now I kind of just stick with 0.25, 0.3. And then over time, I've kind of, I know it's going on, but I've kind of evolved as well. Like I don't see it like, I don't see it as like 0.5 and all of this anymore. I just see it as, this is my account value, this is how much my drawdown is, and this is how much I risk per trade. And when I say I risk per trade, I'm risking, like, let's say on one of my FTMO accounts, so 70k account in pounds, which is like your 100k account or whatever, I would then say 250 pounds risk, because that's just an easy figure for me to play with. If I make 4%, it's $1,000. If I make 1%, it's 250, and then I can stack that, and then eventually reach the 10%, which is 7k. I can do it. I can do it pretty sustainably and my own way, and I kind of have more control than having to kind of be like, okay, 175 is 0.25%, blah blah blah. It's like, no, I know if I lose 7 times 4, 28 trades in a row, then I've lost my account. But my data shows that my longest losing streak is probably like 3 trades. So I can go 3 trades plus a break even, plus another break even, and maybe, I mean, I haven't seen that data, but maybe another loss. That's 4 trades. But then I'll take a winner, and that winner will be a 3-to-1. So then I'm back at -1, and then usually sequence wise, I'll probably take another winner, so then I'll be up by 2% at that point, and then I'm already in profit. So sequence wise, I'm always growing slowly, even if I'm taking losses, and I'm taking 4 losses in a row. I'm still taking winners, and those winners are stacking. Here we go. That's the S&P trade. What's it running now? 2.5. Yeah, we'll see how that does by tomorrow. And we'll monitor it as the shadow. But yeah, that was basically it. Let me quickly double check something on my phone. Oh, okay. Did you survive the retrace? Yeah, it's funny. I did survive the retrace. Yes, but manually closed. 1 point. Yeah. Nice. I see your trades out here. USD CAD and that gap put you off. Yeah, I mean this with that USD CAD trade, just to kind of bring it back up here. Right, I want to just show you something, and I was saying this as well. I think I said it earlier today. Was this is USD Swiss? My bad. USD CAD. You know, sometimes you have to kind of price in this section as well, because yeah, that is valid, but you have to always ask yourself, what if we don't go there? Do we have to go there? And if we don't go there, what if something develops here? So then you start to build that understanding that, okay, what would it look like? Well, if it's corrective, it could be a running channel like this, right? If it's not corrective, there's loads of different variations of how you could look at that. But I think it's a trickier one to take, and I think a lot of people like yourself probably didn't get it. The trade there was okay, but again, you just don't know what that's going to develop into. It could come here, and it could just swing up against you, and then it was always a part of this sort of messier price action. So yeah, when did you go full time? Oh, good question. 2.5 years ago, I quit. I didn't have a job anymore. Basically, I quit my job and went full time, but I wasn't successful at trading. That's the thing. I quit my job because I had some money stacked up, and I sold some other assets, and then decided to go full time. So for me, that was the best commitment I could have made for myself, because I knew in that moment in time where I was and what I was doing wasn't supporting my dream. So I was kind of like, okay, well, carrying this briefcase to work every single day and living this job, wasn't really doing me. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna scrap this life, figure out a way to go somewhere else, which was Greece. And Greece was a lot cheaper for me as well. So I knew that with all the money that I had, I could then take that to Greece and survive for roughly around about 5 years, right? And then in those 5 years, if I get locked in, I could then take that and then build a whole foundation for a whole career, so then I could be free for the rest of my life. But saying that as well, Romania. Yeah, I guess Romania would have been a good shout too. I mean, just my wife is Polish, and I think she didn't want to go to Romania. But the other thing was, I was thinking about going to Asia. So I kind of thought, and when I say I had money, man, I had a decent amount of money, because I was able to sell my house, and a house in England appreciates a quite decent amount. So, I sold the house, took the money, invested it in the S&P 500, right? That appreciated, and it's appreciated what? I didn't put all of it. I've been like drip feeding it 20K at a time each year. I could do 40s, right? But I'm not trying to throw all my money into something, and then that's appreciating by like 30%. So at that point there, this is now added a plus over, I think last time I checked it was like 12K, but let's just say 10K. So now the value is like 50K. So my money's growing. And what I'm spending in Greece isn't as much as I'm making. So every year I'm making more, and I'm spending whatever I want to spend to live.
So then you can see how that loophole works. My money's appreciating. Maybe half of that I use, and it grows. So then that then goes to 55. Another year maybe it goes to 57, and then it goes to 80k. Because these numbers kind of compound, but they'll probably go 70 and then 80 anyway. But yeah, that's growing, and then as that money grows, my money grows, and then I still have more time, and that was the biggest asset, time, and then that time translates into more trading hours, and then them trading hours are then converted into um, more success. And I think, I didn't know when I'd reach levels of success. To be honest, it just happened. Come to Thailand, spend half. Yeah, I thought about that. I've been thinking about second place to go when it's winter. Um, I would love that actually. That would be amazing. So lady boy, no, I really. I would come there with my wife for sure. I think I would love that, man. Honestly, I thought about it. Thailand. I love the food. I love the culture. Um, and I'm a big like foodie as well, and I know the Asian cuisine's on point. Q in Bali. Yeah, I mean, Thailand as a whole, man. I don't even mind like Bangkok as well. The islands. I'm not really too concerned. The thing that kind of put me off was I was a bit concerned about your weather, and you guys get hurricanes, and you guys get tsunamis, and all of these things, and that's the one thing that kind of started put me off going to Thailand or Bali specifically. So that's why I was feeling a bit on edge about it. Truthfully, oh nice, yeah, good. I mean, not good, but pulled back. What about S&P? Did it pull back? No, it's holding. But after that sign of those candles, we would really want to see it commit now. Lovely. Oh man, I reckon I should have been less aggressive. I got out right here, 1%. Anyway, still good trade. Still pretty decent trade. Mismanagement, but I think it's because I'm in a low flow state. Really and truly. What's this one? Q. Guess you don't recall him. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do remember Q. Yeah. Um, do I miss the UK? Um, do you know what? I miss certain things about the UK. I miss the accessibility to food, Thai food, Indian food, just general food, like good food. Not that there's not good food here. It's just I don't have the variety where I am. So if I want something that I'm craving because I've been able to have it so easily, I can't get it. So I have to learn to cook it or make it, or my wife will. Whereas the weather, definitely don't miss the weather, man. Haven't been ice cold wind in my face and rain hitting me every day for like a week. Like I haven't had that here, so that's pretty decent. Blue skies almost every day here, so I don't miss much about the UK. I kind of just miss more of the capitalistic things and easeability and how cheap certain things are. Yeah, it's weird how UK is a lot cheaper than most countries because the demand is there. Um, yeah, we have severe flooding at the moment. Yeah, exactly. It's those things that, I remember, I'm not sure which part of Asia, but I think somewhere in the Philippines there's RC. And I remember like once she was telling me she was in a webinar and her house was just flooding, and it's just, yeah, she couldn't do nothing. So she was just on the webinar and the water was just piling up and just growing and growing, and her house was being flooded. And these are the sort of things you have to deal with. I mean, I guess you get used to it and you know how to deal with it, but a guy like me who's coming from the west, I'm gonna be there like bloody hell. There's water everywhere, fucking up the sofas. Gotta quickly start lifting up the sofas and getting ready to like deal with weather. So yeah, um, I can imagine the chaos that it causes and the things it damages, and you know, I'm sure if you're very wealthy, you can mitigate against some of those problems, but I don't know, man. I would go there just to rent something and live a bit good. This is why I say GA is such a crap pair, man. Honestly, GA is just so rubbish. Like, I'm happy I got out of the market here, but truthfully, man, look at that. Like, come on, can you not once just give me a 10 out of 10 great trade and commit? Like, you've committed on every other nice flag. I mean, I couldn't really say there's many nice flags, but yeah, there's none really. So you finally give us something good, and then you don't even commit. Typical GA, honestly. So yeah, I know, honestly, man, I think everyone feels the same way with GA. Yeah, I'm yet to meet somebody who's an experienced trader who likes GA really and has made a lot. Like, imagine someone comes up to you in Falcon at one of the meetups and it's like, "Oh, what's your favorite pair?" "Oh man, I love GA." I'm like, what the fuck? You know, it's a piss take. It's like when the fund is there and everyone gets put into a category. Imagine you get put into GA's category. How upset would you be? You're responsible to make money on GA. Oh man, yeah. What's that, man? Yeah, no, I'm really like just out of flow right now. So I'm ready to go to sleep. I'm ready to meditate. That's what I need to do. I need to meditate. But I'm just procrastinating because I'm on this live with you guys. I like EA. I don't even say you like EA, man. EA. Look where EA is positioned. Look at the higher time frame on EA. I might be in a low flow state, but I ain't ever gonna consider this as a good trade right now. It's nowhere near good. A good trade, and I think you know this. If this developed here, came down, developed like that, and then it was here, but even time of day, you know, still not interested. I just think leave GA, EA, all of these pairs. Maybe GA for Asia session. You know, I think that could actually be the trade. Genuinely, I'm not staying up for Asia session, definitely not. But I think what happens is we come here now, we potentially stall, like here, right? We just kind of hover around, sell off a bit, kind of come back, and we're here. And then what happens is fake continuation, that's your Asia session open, and then into London session, we get some sort of correction, and then we sell. And then there's your London session trade, and then tomorrow's actually the day where J commits. But then you look at the correction and the size of all of that, it's not really your proportion flag. I mean, 4 hour, it's okay. It's okay on the 4 hour, it's not so bad, but I have a feeling that's the trade that we want to be waiting for tomorrow. GA, maybe GA will be on watch tomorrow. I can't tell, man. Maybe it just pushes higher and it's just written off. Or long continuation, possibly. I like EA, the pair, I mean. Yeah, EA, this is EA. EA's not got anything, man. Forget 15-minute if you're looking at that. Horrible. There's no doorway system to get into that point. You're just daily, straight up. Daily, straight here. Look at that. It's within all of this mess as well. I'm not even a big favoured person for GA, but it exhausted me, man. It felt like it wasted my time. I kind of missed other trades in the meanwhile, like SMP, which I would have been in. I would have been at break even, and then I'd be riding that to the downside for 7%. That would be the trade that I'm waiting for. I mean, it's funny that. Just, yeah. DXY, that sucks, man. Yeah. Break even though. Hope you took the break even and then just wait. I think coming in time of day now, I'm not looking to take anything. I wouldn't anticipate this to come here now and then suddenly do that, right? And then clear all of this. That's so unlikely. Look at the time of day. It's like 4 p.m. It's not the usual time of day where we see a lot of momentum come in the market. So I feel like it's a waste of time right now to even be going over a lot of these pairs. But for tomorrow, AJ, CJ, EJ, not EJ. Definitely not EJ. But I might move these down here
just to kind of keep them in a basket so I can watch them again. AU for the long. GU probably gives me something for tomorrow. I'm just gonna move the ones that I'll reanalyze because I don't know. Aussie CAD for the long. Aussie CAD for the long. GAEA. I'm gonna remove one. I think I'm gonna remove EA from my watch list tomorrow. I'll remove it tomorrow. Okay. Up here, it's interesting. Some people's the only one really. Beautiful trade, absolutely beautiful trade. Reduced risk entry was there, as I said. Just again, really nice, man. Look at that room. I'm not a big favour of a huge sell, but you can manage that easily to break even. So, however much it runs, I would be happy with at least a 3-1 on this. Just about there. Just not. This probably goes be at 7-8-1. This is such a great trade, man. I hope somebody caught this because there was a lot of people on the webinar when I went over this trade. So I'm almost certain somebody probably just said, you know what, I'm taking that trade, and then the trade is running. Let me see who is actually in this webinar. So, we have to be fair, we've had a lot of different people come in and out of this. So, yeah, and we've got 7 people on right now. Out of all 7 people, I know somebody, and there was about 24 at one point. So somebody's already taken this trade. Hourly wasn't convincing for the user. Yeah. Oh man. It feels like a missed trade, but I took it and then I mismanaged it. That's the worst part. And then I had a re-entry and I just didn't want to take it, so whatever. Anyway guys, I think I'm done for today. I think I'm gonna go chill, gonna go relax, refresh myself for tomorrow. There's a lot of pairs here though. Seems like a yen orientated day tomorrow, and maybe even a US dollar. Yeah, well it is actually. I've got 3 US dollar pairs, 2 yen pairs, and an Aussie CAD. Let's wait and see tomorrow. Let's see how this all shapes up. I think we're going to be good. I think tomorrow is going to be an extremely nice day for all of us. Just need to wait and see. Let me just quickly grab one little clip. We'll see it right here. All right, guys. I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow. Hope you're all doing well and nice and fresh. 12 o'clock tomorrow. Take care. 12 in the morning for me. So it's currently 6 o'clock PM. So 12 in the morning, whatever time you're in. I try to do 12 every day. Seems like a good time for me to do this. So, +1%. Alright, sweet guys. Take care.